I am speaking to you from the Cabinet Room at 10 Downing Street. This morning, the British ambassador in Berlin handed the German government a final note stating that unless we heard from them by 11 o'clock, that they were prepared at once to withdraw their troops from Poland, a state of war would exist between us. I have to tell you now that no such undertaking has been received, and that consequently this country is at war with Germany.
My name is Violet Gletherow. I'm 8 years old and the eldest of the three sisters. Edie is 7 and my younger sister Sheila is only 6. Despite my young age, I feel responsible for the younger two. Edie is homesick already and Sheila, well, she just thinks she's on some kind of adventure. Somebody has to take charge and that's me. Well, apart from Miss Merrifield, our headmistress. We all have mixed emotions during the train ride, a mixture of excitement, anxiety and fear of the unknown. Many of us had never even been on a train before, and certainly not for a long ride like this. We were taken to a village called Bletchenden, near Oxford. We had 2 teachers with us, our headmistress, Miss Merrifield, and Miss Lewis, as well as Miss Barber, who was the school nurse. I suppose the journey took a couple of hours, but it seemed a lot longer to us, passing fields and farmland along the way, so different from the smoke-stained grey buildings and cobbled streets we come from. When we finally arrived at the station, Miss Merrifield organised us into lines, and we were marched through the village street to the village hall for billeting, as she called it. We found out that meant we'd be taken in by local families, find out who would be taking care of us.
Come along, children.
They all put wheels on these bloody things. That'd make it easier.
Sheila, if Mum caught you swearing like that, she'd have your life.
Dad swears. Anyway, I hope it's a nice family that takes us in. We'll all stay together, won't we?
Yes, we will. Now let's be quiet.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a lot to get through today, so let's get things started here.
I don't know how long we stood there for. It seemed like ages watching as the billeting officer read the tags on our coats with our names, and villagers came forward to collect children they'd never seen before. The volunteers with armbands walked among us, offering comfort and water, but we became more and more anxious as we watched our classmates disappear with strangers. Miss Merrifield stayed close, and I hugged Sheila and reminded her and Edie that we were going to stay together. At the end of the day, there were 10 of us left, including Edie, Sheila and myself. Then, through the window, I saw a huge wooden-clad car pull up outside. I think the type that Dad used to call a shooting brake. And out stepped a man and a finely dressed lady. When they came into a hall, everybody seemed to know who she was, and I found out later that she was Lady Bailey of Bletchenden Park.
I'll take the last 10.
Why, that's very kind of you, Lady Bailey.
Yes, well, just have them brought outside so we can load their personal belongings.
So that was it. We were on our way to a place we would all begin to call the Big House. Bletchington Park was a huge place, bigger than anything we'd seen in our lives. It had huge lawns at the front and gardens to the side. There were maids and all sorts of staff like we'd never seen before. We were all tired and ready for bed, but at the same time quite excited. Except for Edie, that is. She was very quiet, and I could tell she was feeling a little scared and homesick. The following morning, we all got up, washed and dressed, and were taken care of by the staff at Bletchington Park. Our headmistress, Miss Merrifield, came to see us then, and led us from the big house to the school in the adjoining village. When we got there, she showed us into a classroom where she helped us to write letters home to our parents, who at that point had no idea where we were.
Settle down now, children. I know you've all been through a harrowing experience these last couple of days, but I'd like you to all work with me now on something quite important. I know you're all feeling very confused right now, but can you imagine how your parents must be feeling? Of course you do. We don't want them to worry, so we're going to write them a letter. When they get it, they'll know that you're safe and they'll know where you are. I want you all to get out your notebooks and pens and write a letter to your mums and dads. If you're not sure what to put, then I'm here and I'll help you.
So that's exactly what we did. Miss Merrifield walked around the class, helping each one of us write a letter home. I had no idea what to put at first, so I just wrote down all about the train ride and going to the big house. And I told them about Lady Bailey, her big black car and her grand house. And then I told them how much I was missing them and was hoping to be home soon, although at that time I had no idea when that would be.
Treat us very kind. Miss Merrifield takes care of us and makes us watch behind our ears and takes us to the village school so we don't get behind. Maids and cooks and gardeners too. It really is a sight. The lawn is like a football pitch. We play outside till it gets dark, so there's no need to worry, 'cause I think we'll be alright.
So we soon settled into life at Bletchenden Park. We didn't see much of Lady Bailey, but we knew she was around and was our benefactor. She fed and clothed us for the time we were to spend at the big house. She bought all us girls pretty vests to wear, with a plaid skirt and jumpers with the same pattern which we wore over our blouses. We weren't to use the front entrance, but instead we went in and out at the back. We were taken care of by Lady Bailey's staff. Later we learned that her husband was Sir Aber Bailey, who was a racehorse owner. He was in bad health though, and we didn't get to meet him at all. One thing I also remember were the red squirrels at Bletchenden. I'd never seen red squirrels before. In London I'd seen plenty of grey squirrels in the local park, but never these red ones. In a letter from home, we later found out that Mum had also been evacuated and was in Bridgewater in Somerset. We weren't sure where exactly that was, but we knew it was a long way away. We were told that she would be safe there, but that didn't keep us from missing her. One evening, we were all sitting around. I could tell that Edie and Sheila were still feeling homesick and unsettled. And to make matters worse, Miss Merrifield, our familiar beloved teacher, had gone to a different location. She'd be back soon, but for now I decided to play a game with the other two to help calm their nerves.
Everything's so big in this house.
Yeah, great, isn't it?
Not like home though.
Well, it's home for now, so we have to make the best of it.
I don't know if this sad feeling in my stomach is ever gonna leave. I wish I knew what Mum and Dad are doing now.
Mia, can you imagine if this was really our home? I don't just mean the place we're staying for now, but really our home. And can you imagine that our Mum and Dad were Lord and Lady of the manor?
Yeah, wouldn't that be brilliant?
I wouldn't care how big our house is, if only Mum and Dad were with us.
What I mean is... Listen, let's play a game, eh?
When you feel low and you don't know where you're meant to be, things are confusing and not what they seem. That's when I find it's the right time to play make-believe, using our imagination. Say the big house is our own house. We'll talk like the tops, dressed to impress guests when they get dropped off. And our schoolmates from the same place, we'll welcome them too. We have so much, why not share some? But we'll never forget
It was the spring of 1940. We'd been at Bletchenden Park for about 8 months when we got a letter from Mum, along with a wonderful surprise. Mum had managed to get from Somerset to New Marston in Oxfordshire, just a few miles from Bletchenden where we were staying. We received a letter saying that Mum was staying with a lovely lady by the name of Mrs. Harris, who had 4 children of her own, so it was a little overcrowded to say the least. Mum told us she was working in Cowley, but was arranging to come and pay us a visit in Bletchenden, and we were all very excited at the prospect of seeing her and little Georgie again. It was a beautiful spring morning when Mum arrived to see us, along with little Georgie, who was a toddler by now, and our brand new baby brother, John, who we hadn't seen before. We all sat outside on the lawn of the big house, and Mum had brought some sandwiches so we could have a picnic. When she saw her, Edie wrapped herself around Mum's knees.
Can you stay with us? Can you sleep with us tonight?
Oh, darling, I've missed you so much. It's not going to be so long between visits now. I can't stay at your grand house because there'd be too many of us for Lady Bailey. I'll be back again soon to visit, though.
Well, can we live with you?
No, sweetheart. Where I'm staying, there's hardly any room for little Georgie and John as it is. But the lady I'm with is very kind and, most important, we're all safe, even if we can't be together yet.
Edie, we'll all be home before too long. That's right, isn't it, Mum?
Why didn't Daddy come with you?
Edie, we told you that Daddy's doing very important work. Remember how we talked about the war and the people who might get hurt? Daddy's helping them.
Oh, Daddy misses you too, but we have to be patient. Sheila's right, Edie. When this war is over, we will all be together again. Come on, you have to be a big, brave girl, go to school and learn all you can and be very, very patient. Now, come on, let's eat. I want to read all about your new school.
I was so excited to meet our new little baby brother that I don't know what came over me. I just scooped him up in my arms and went running across the lawn with him. I found some shade under a tree and settled baby John down on the grass in front of me. Oh, look at you. Look at those big brown eyes and all that black hair. You look just like your dad, don't you? You and I are going to have so much fun together. Welcome to the family.
Looking down at you. Hello, little man, my little baby bruv. Happiness is here with you, my bundle of love. Though our home in Canning Town is so far away, there is no beginning to an end. You will be the hope in us on which we depend.
Come on, you better get you back to Mum before she starts worrying. We all felt sad when Mum had to leave to return to New Marston, but we'd had a lovely day, a day I'll remember all my life.